August 8, 1988. On this numerically auspicious day, an ocean of humanity flooded the streets of Yangon and quickly spread to every major town and village across Myanmar. Millions of university students, factory workers, civil servants, and saffron-robed Buddhist monks marched side by side in an unprecedented, monumental pro-democracy uprising. They were united against the oppressive military regime of General Ne Win, whose isolationist and disastrous economic policies had reduced a once prosperous nation to one of the poorest in the world. Known historically as the 8888 Uprising, due to the iconic date of 8888, it was a moment of raw, breathtaking collective courage. For 26 years, the Burmese people had been violently silenced by a ruthless, single-party authoritarian rule. Yet, on this morning, fear was completely cast aside. Flag bearers held aloft the Fighting Peacock banner, a historic symbol of student resistance, while the crowds chanted rhythmically for democracy, human rights, and the restoration of a multi-party system. It was a beautiful, peaceful declaration of freedom that shook the very foundations of the military junta, proving to the world that the desire for basic human dignity can never be permanently crushed by tyrannical power.
The immense gravity of this uprising, we must analyze the calculating and brutal reaction of the military government. General Ne Win had notoriously warned the public just weeks prior that if the disturbances continued, the military's guns would not fire in the air, they would shoot straight to hit. On the night of August 8th and into the days that followed, the junta executed that terrifying promise to maintain its desperate grip on power. Armed soldiers blockaded major intersections, setting up machine gun nests facing the unarmed crowds. What followed was a systemic slaughter. Without warning, troops opened fire directly into the dense masses of peaceful demonstrators. The streets of Yangon ran red with blood as students and monks were gunned down in cold blood. Ambulance drivers trying to rescue the wounded were targeted, and thousands of young activists were swept up in night raids, thrown into notorious prisons, and subjected to horrific torture. Despite the catastrophic violence, the citizens continued to march for days, facing bayonets and bullets with bare hands. While the official government reports claimed only a few hundred casualties, independent historians and international observers estimate that over 3,000 innocent lives were cut short during the brutal crackdown. It was a tragic, devastating price paid for the simple dream of freedom. The immediate, violent suppression of the 8888 uprising was a profound national tragedy, but the immense sacrifices of those thousands of martyrs were absolutely not in vain. The events of August 1988 acted as a massive, irreversible catalyst that permanently altered the trajectory of modern Burmese politics. Most notably, the uprising directly birthed the emergence of the country's most iconic democratic movement and its legendary leader, Aung San Suu Kyi. The daughter of the nation's independence hero, General Aung San, she had returned to Myanmar to care for her ailing mother just as the protests erupted. Drawn into the struggle by the raw courage of the students, she delivered a historic speech at the Shwedagon Pagoda to 500,000 people, calling the uprising a second national struggle for independence. Out of the ashes of the crackdown, she co-founded the National League for Democracy, or NLD. The sheer brutality of the junta also forced unprecedented international scrutiny onto the isolated nation. Global superpowers imposed strict economic sanctions, turning Myanmar into a pariah state. The 1988 uprising laid the critical groundwork for a generation-spanning struggle, forcing the military to eventually offer concessions and navigate a highly fragile, decade-long transition toward partial civilian rule. Decades later, the date 8888 is not just a historical event, it is a sacred symbol of unyielding defiance permanently seared into the national memory of Myanmar. The spirit of 1988 did not fade into the archives. It became the ultimate blueprint for how the Burmese people confront authoritarian power. The strategic lessons, the protest songs, and the networks of resistance forged during that bloody summer have consistently shaped the political discourse and the ongoing global fight for democratic reform in the country. This enduring legacy manifested with striking clarity following the tragic military coup of February 2021. When a new generation of youth took to the streets to protest the modern junta, they explicitly invoked the memories of 1988. They sang the same revolutionary anthems and adopted the traditional tactics of civil disobedience pioneered by their parents' generation. The ongoing conflict proves that the struggle for political representation is a continuous, unbroken chain. The modern resistance views itself as the direct inheritor of the 8888 spirit, refusing to let the flame of democracy be extinguished by military boots.
The 8888 Uprising stands as one of the most powerful, inspiring, and heartbreaking testaments to the absolute resilience of the human spirit under severe repression. It serves as a stark historical reminder that a nation's true power lies not in the barrels of a military junta's guns, but in the collective voice of its people. As we look around at the modern world, where democracy is backsliding in many regions and entrenched autocracies continue to use digital and kinetic violence to muzzle dissent, the lessons of Myanmar's history have never been more relevant. It forces us to confront a fundamental question about social and global governance. How do you assess the ultimate role and effectiveness of popular mass movements in undermining deeply entrenched militarized regimes? Can peaceful public protests truly dismantle a dictatorship that has no moral qualms about using lethal force against its own citizens? Or does long-term structural change require a different kind of international intervention and strategic resistance? We want to hear your analytical insights, historical perspectives, and thoughts on this profound chapter of social history. Please share your viewpoints and join the discussion in the comments section below. If you found this detailed, comprehensive exploration of the 8888 Uprising and Myanmar's fight for freedom valuable, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with fellow history buffs, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll join our community for regular, immersive journeys into the powerful stories, hidden political moves, and world-changing conflicts that continue to shape the human experience. Thank you so much for watching. Keep honoring the struggle for liberty, and we will see you in the next chapter of history.